Stoicism is one of the most practical and enduring philosophies ever developed. Founded in ancient Athens around 300 BC by Zeno of Citium, this school of thought has guided emperors, slaves, soldiers, and modern seekers alike through life's greatest challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches us a fundamental truth. We cannot control what happens to us, but we have complete control over how we respond. This simple principle, known as the dichotomy of control, forms the foundation of Stoic practice. The Stoics divided everything in life into two categories. First, things within our control, our thoughts, judgments, actions, and responses. Second, things outside our control, other people's opinions, external events, outcomes in the past or future. When you truly internalize this distinction, something remarkable happens. You stop wasting energy fighting against things you cannot change. You stop seeking approval from others. You stop anxiously trying to control outcomes. Instead, you focus all your power on the one thing you can actually influence, yourself. The ancient Stoics identified four cardinal virtues as the foundation of a good life. Wisdom means seeing reality clearly and understanding what truly matters. It's the ability to distinguish between what's important and what's trivial, between what we can control and what we cannot. Justice encompasses fairness, kindness, and treating others with dignity. The Stoics believed we are all part of a larger human community, and we have obligations to each other. Courage isn't just physical bravery, it's the strength to do what's right even when it's difficult, to face challenges without complaint, and to persist despite obstacles. Temperance represents self-control, moderation, and discipline. It's the ability to resist immediate gratification in favor of long-term well-being. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled from 161 to 180 AD, embodied Stoic philosophy while holding the most powerful position in the ancient world. His personal journal, known as Meditations, was never intended for publication. It reveals a man constantly reminding himself to stay humble, just, and rational despite enormous pressure and power. He wrote to himself about managing difficult people, accepting mortality, and maintaining virtue. His reflections remain astonishingly relevant today because human nature hasn't changed. Epictetus, who lived from 55 to 135 AD, took the opposite path. Born a slave, he gained his freedom and became one of history's most influential Stoic teachers. His core teaching was simple but profound. Focus only on what you can control and accept everything else with equanimity. He taught that external circumstances cannot harm us unless we allow them to disturb our inner peace. Seneca the Younger, a Roman statesman and philosopher, wrote extensively about how to live well despite life's uncertainties. His letters and essays addressed practical topics like managing anger, dealing with grief, and using time wisely. He emphasized that we often suffer more in imagination than in reality, anticipating disasters that never arrive. The Stoics developed powerful mental practices that remain useful today. Negative visualization involves regularly imagining losing what you value most. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation and gratitude cultivation. When you periodically imagine losing your health, relationships, or possessions, you appreciate them more deeply and prepare mentally for inevitable losses. Memento mori, Latin for remember you must die, encourages regular reflection on mortality. Far from being morbid, this practice brings clarity about what truly matters. When you remember that your time is finite, you stop wasting it on trivial concerns. The morning meditation practice involves mentally preparing for your day. Before facing the world, remind yourself that you'll encounter difficult people in challenging situations. But also remind yourself that you have the tools to maintain your peace, regardless of external chaos. The evening review means reflecting each night on your actions. Did you practice virtue? Where did you fall short? What can you improve tomorrow? This honest self-examination, done without harsh judgment, promotes continuous growth. Stoicism teaches that obstacles are not impediments to progress. They are the path itself. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to practice virtue, develop wisdom, and build character. When Marcus Aurelius faced wars, plagues, and betrayals, he didn't ask, "Why me?" He asked, "How can I respond well to this?" The obstacle became the way forward. Perhaps the most liberating Stoic insight is this: other people's actions and opinions cannot harm you unless you allow them to disturb your peace. Someone may act with malice, dishonesty, or cruelty, but their behavior reflects their character, not yours. Your character is revealed by your response. Will you react with anger and resentment, or will you maintain your composure and respond with wisdom? The Stoics recognize that we are social beings meant to work together. We share a common rational nature. When someone wrongs you, the Stoic approach isn't to seek revenge, but to understand that they act from ignorance or confusion. This doesn't mean accepting abuse or avoiding boundaries. It means not allowing others' dysfunction to corrupt your inner peace. Stoicism remains relevant because it addresses timeless human challenges: how to maintain peace amid chaos, how to act rightly when it's difficult, how to accept what we cannot change, and how to make the most of our limited time. These questions are as pressing today as they were 2,000 years ago. The circumstances change, but human nature remains constant. You don't need to be a philosopher to benefit from Stoic wisdom. Start with small practices. Each morning, remind yourself what you can and cannot control. When you face difficulties, pause and ask what a wise person would do. Practice gratitude for what you have. Reflect each evening on your actions. These simple habits, practiced consistently, transform how you experience life. The goal of Stoicism isn't to eliminate all emotion or become cold and unfeeling. It's to develop what the ancient Stoics called apatheia, freedom from destructive passions. You can still experience joy, love, and appropriate grief, but you're not controlled by anger, fear, or desire. You respond to life with wisdom rather than reacting from uncontrolled emotion. Stoic philosophy offers something increasingly rare in our modern world: a practical framework for living well, regardless of circumstances. Whether you're facing personal challenges, professional setbacks, or global uncertainties, Stoic principles provide guidance. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. Practice virtue always. Remember your mortality. Turn obstacles into opportunities. This ancient wisdom awaits anyone willing to study and practice it.